Hi, David. Welcome to
Hi.
IIEX. Welcome to Amsterdam. How are you doing? It's a long flight.
Long flight. It's like was it almost 30 hours to get here, but I've really enjoyed being here. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, thanks
Lots.
for
Yeah.
thanks for making it all the way from New Zealand. However, you weren't able to make it to Congress in Toronto, but you did win the Best Paper Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, we would have loved to have been there, but it was just so far away because my business partner's in South Africa and I'm
Yeah.
in Wellington, so it's a long way to go to get to Toronto. But yeah, we're wrapped. I mean, like I saw my business partner was streaming a reaction to winning, and she literally screamed and sobbed. So like it was like really well appreciated to win, especially like when you're in a small agency. Like just all these things are like really helpful and nice, pat on the back, but it makes you feel good and because it's tough being a startup. So it was wonderful to win.
Well, thank you and congratulations. Can you tell us a bit more about the paper then?
Yeah, so like our paper was doing TikTok research in South Africa. So we're trying to, you almost use TikTok as a lens onto Gen Z and young people, and we're trying to understand, their relationships with brands and basically what their world looks like on TikTok. Um, so for different products, what does that look like, and understand the influences and how things work. And then we use quite a few AI tools to sort of unpack it. So we could see, for instance, like influencers like created very natural and interesting environments, whereas brands are all very sort of like very boring and you find the influencers are the one who are getting all the traffic and interest on TikTok. So our idea was to try and take learnings from the influencers and see how a brand could be a little bit more TikTok-y.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's actually something we're trying to get into, so some good insights. I think I'll read your paper to make sure that
Oh, cool.
our communications are a little bit more natural and more influency, less brandy.
Yeah.
But
Cheers.
also, like we were having a chat earlier, and you have some knowledge about the metaverse. I was hoping that you can just explain in maybe layman's terms to someone that's not very clued up on what the metaverse is, and then how we can help work with market
Yeah,
research.
no worries. It's funny, like, because like you say you're not clued up on it, but you're using aspects of it all the time anyway. You'll probably find. So I think like for a lot of people, the metaverse started when Mark Zuckerberg, announced the metaverse, changed his company to Meta, and then we had this sort of I think second generation from Oculus headsets, and so everyone got really excited about it. Um, and then found you couldn't do very much with the headset, and it was the same for us. We raced out and bought two, and to be honest, my son's using mine, and I've lost most interest because I found to start with we couldn't do anything or create anything. We couldn't invite anyone in, and it just wasn't a very, I guess, friendly and open environment. But what we found is that the reality with the metaverse, it's already happening. It's these 3D environments. So it's like people who are using Fortnite or Roblox. It's just there's a whole generation of people. A lot of gamers, but Roblox is 50% women and 50% men, so it's pretty diverse. Oh, I mean, it's young people on Roblox. So there's really a generation of people who are used to interacting in these 3D environments. So that's where we've put our focus is on 3D immersive environments for market research. So really the metaverse is happening. It just hasn't really happened very much for Facebook. It's happening everywhere else.
So you're going to be with some of the pioneers then. So in a couple of years' time, we'll be referring back to you.
No, well, it's like I think like there's like even at this conference you hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's Oculus. I'm never going to buy a VR headset," but really it's all bubbling up everywhere. So like I learned a lot of what I learned literally just going onto LinkedIn and following like creators and people creating immersive experience and artists on LinkedIn, and that's where I got my education. And from that we found a designer who created our own research environment.
Okay.
So there's a lot of creative things happening, and so it's not dead. It's just I think Facebook's just put a bit of a spin on it.
Well, that's good to know. It's not being too monopolized. So leading with obviously with the metaverse, it's a very hot topic. Another hot topic is ChatGPT, and
Yeah.
you said that you had some comments of like there's some conflicting views going
Yeah,
on at IIEX. Can you elaborate on that?
yeah. Like I mean, I've done quite a bit of research into GPT-4, and we use it all. We're using it all the time to help us with research.
Hmm.
Um, I think the conflicting. It seems to be like there's like maybe three different groups of people. There's like one group is skeptical. It's like, oh, this is like rubbish and it's not helpful. I think there's one group of people who thinks it's the devil's work, and then I think there's like especially entrepreneurs who are going, hey, this is cool. What can we do with it and what can we make with it? And I think like even at this conference, you'll see like there's people in all those three camps. So the thing that really interested me, we had Steve Phillips from Zappi doing his presentation, and he was saying, well, this technology is just profound. It's going to change everything, and like in a few years' time, all our jobs are going to be different. So that's one person, a very entrepreneurial person. And then I saw a client presentation where it was like, we're going to go steadily and surely and slowly. So it just felt like um, there's definitely two camps. You've got the entrepreneurs can, to be honest, I think they can see what this stuff does, and they're using it. And I think everyone can use it. You just log on, doesn't cost anything, just try it out. And then yeah, so I guess there's these two camps:
Okay.
entrepreneurs and like skeptics who are going to sit back and watch.
And which camp are you at?
Definitely on the entrepreneur. I mean,
Yeah.
like when I first used it, it was just completely blown away by what you can do. So I did some experience with coding and taking out customer service data, which is a really painful task because you'll have 100,000 or 200,000 piece sentences to try and understand, and ChatGTP just gets it. It can code it better than a human can code it. And, it takes seconds. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. So I'm in the entrepreneur camp.
Okay. All right. So I'm quite excited about it. I've used it a couple times, but
Cool.
we'll see what we can do with it and
Nice.
play around with it. But
Awesome.
thank you very much, David.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And then once again, congratulations
Thank
and
you.
thank you for coming.
All right.
All
No
right.
worries. Thank
Awesome.
you. Awesome. Cheers.